All right, I guess we on. All right, so we got another message here for you guys, man. Like today, that's how I'm feeling, right? So let's talk about living in the present. I think I may have already talked about this, but you know, I was led to talk about it again. So living in the present, man. A lot of people think to live in the present it means to forget the past, or not to be anxious about the future. I guess there was a book called The Power of Now, and technically that's what he was teaching people on how to stay in the presence. But the thing is with that though, you have to understand to fully be in the present, you have to also embrace the past. Do you see what I'm saying? Like when you I guess the thing that is being said about not to hold on to the past, it's but you must retain the knowledge, because once you have the knowledge now you in a better position to actually live fully in the presence. So to make more out of your presence, you have to embrace your past. Now the part of your past that you need to embrace now is the lesson. And the future, hey, the future is now. The future is right now. And the future is the future too. You know what I'm saying? Because as you change in the now, or how or whom you changing to be, all of that it's the future, but it's taking place right here in the moment. But the bottom line of what I wanted to share with you guys here is that to live in the present, it's not to forget or to negate your past, or not to want to hear about the future. And that's not the way you do it, because the idea to live in the present is to live fully, is to fully be in touch with the moment that you are experiencing. And you need to have the past, because if you didn't learn from the past and you're just repeating past mistakes, like that's what we call energy vampires, or I call them Chuckies, right? You're just going through different timelines, but you're not growing yourself as a person. You must grow for you not to be, let's just say, as a little man, as a kid I spoke as a kid, and as a man I speak like a man. Like you have to. This is me fully living those different moments. As a kid, I spoke as a kid. Guess what? I didn't neglect myself. I didn't neglect anything. And as an adult, you grow to be an adult. You didn't neglect you being a kid, but it was just that as you are, any kid is inspired to be a fucking adult. Just like a student is inspired to be the fucking teacher. Whoever's gonna be a teacher is whoever is a fucking student. You're inspiring to be that. Do you see what I'm trying to say? So it has nothing to do with somehow negating the past. And I feel like this is where a lot of people don't fully grasp it. Because even for you to have a better understanding of your present time, understanding your past would allow you to do that. But the thing that you got to let the past go, not to hold on to bullshit, not the pain, but the lesson. Because when you hold on to the pain, it doesn't allow you. It's almost like you see someone who's suffering, like from past love relationship. It wouldn't allow you to love somebody in the present because you're still holding on to that bullshit. And that's what it means when they tell you about negating. I mean, it's not the past that you have to negate. It's the bullshit. You have to learn the lesson. Release the bullshit. Hold on to the good shit. You see, because when you hold on to the lesson, it puts you in a better position to make better choices in the present. So therefore, you're living fully in the presence. You make sense of what needs to make sense later. I know for me, just like they say, I'm always going through certain experiences that I get to understand or have a deeper understanding of it a bit later. Because as you're going through the shit, there's a couple things I'm able to, but when I fully, like, after that shit take place and me reflecting on it, there's always other, like, stuff that I didn't see. It's almost like, and in so many ways too, I'm catching up with myself. To the pure is pure. I'm so beautiful, man. It's unbelievable. You study yourself, and in so many words, I've been interacting with my divinity. So it's almost like me interacting with my own beauty. Acknowledging myself, seeing who I am, why I do certain things. I've always been this good looking guy, man. It's not something that's taking place now. You're just now knowing about me. I've always been a people person, a lovable guy, always wanted to share wisdom, always wanted to learn. Do you see what I'm saying? It's not a surprise when you see me popping out talking this kind of shit. Trust me. This been in the making for my whole existence. To the point now, and to be honest too, I didn't want to do this, but then when my people came to me, tell me, hey man, this is the path. Then I realized, shit, nigga, that's the one thing I was best at anyway. I've been living a double life, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? Where, that divinity was all about. That's why for me, I can never understand I do understand, but, I guess in how I'm built, I can never see, like, how would you not take the time and know who you are? But that's when I also had to realize that I am of quality too. Just to examine your life, requires some sort of inner thing. I've always had the urge. And this is what a lot of people don't have. And in my past recording, actually, I was talking about how you can't treat everybody the same. You got to be fair, man. Because not everybody's on the same level or whatever the fuck. Like, just because I can't talk to my kid now, who is 7 years old, my son, and we're talking about calculus, nigga. It doesn't make him stupid. He doesn't have the capacity for it. Do you see what I'm saying? It's not like when I understood, or when I got to understand not to cast my pearls before swine, then you understand what you're truly doing is loving on these people and truly respecting them for who they are. When you let the dead, embody or kill the dead, it's the most fair that you can be. Because you try to help them, they wouldn't listen to you. In fact, shit, they would rather want to be you than being helped by you. The whole purpose of me helping is to help you to see your own gifts, not for you to be me. The fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, you have no freaking existence? You have nothing to offer? That's how ugly you are? I get it. Again, that's why you gotta release these motherfuckers with love, with no animosity. I honestly, and just like I said in my last video recording too, fuck you, lovingly. Fuck you. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, I'm doing very well without you in my life. In fact, you held me down. Like, good for me at all. Like when I say I want nothing to deal with you, like, yo, it's almost like, you see, if you're on fire and I gotta pee on you, I wouldn't even pee on you, bro. This is how clean I am. I'll just keep my pee for myself. Nothing against you. I understand you burning on fire, but I'll just keep my pee for myself. Shit, I'll drink my own pee before I give it to you. And all of that is done in the name of love too. And that's what I was telling you guys, man. Loving your neighbors as you love yourself. I would want to have compassion for myself, so I have compassion for you and nothing else. I would want to be treated fairly, and I'm treating you fairly. I can't give you a crown when you're not fit for a crown. It doesn't make any sense. But anyway, going back to living in the presence, because all of that has to do with you, fully being you. That's why, it's not about the past or the future. It's about the lesson. And how are you applying that into the now? The reason why you don't want to hold on to the past or to the bullshit, but the lessons, because the lessons help you grow. The bullshit holds you down. Do you see what I'm saying? It's like, if you have not gotten over your fear of love, you're not gonna love somebody else. Or if you haven't healed yourself from the past because you had a fucked up relationship, and then now, someone is willing to love you, you're not gonna see it. You won't accept it because of the past. That's the part of the past that you need to annihilate, or to not even, but once you get the lessons, it would automatically wither away. It's truly when you're trying to fight your past in the sense of, you haven't fully learned the lesson. And this is what happened with a lot of people. When you haven't fully learned the lesson, or you trying to do some bullshit somehow to forget the past, and the more you do that, guess what happens? I mean, ironically, the more the past is being reflected in your future. In your presence. So the way to go about it, it's definitely not about negating it or trying to suppress it, but it's to get the lesson. Because when you don't get the lesson, now you become closed off. So you're not even ready for the next event that's going to take place in your life. Whereas when you got the lesson, the bullshit will wither away automatically by itself. You don't even have to worry about it. You learning the lesson will take care of itself. It would adjust, your mind will adjust, you remember the lesson, and then you just keep loving. But even though you have a broken heart, with an open mind, and now with a better understanding and a better vision. This is why now you can understand, hey, listen, man, how do you love somebody who doesn't love who they are? They're not going to love you, and they will not appreciate you. And this is why some of those spiritual laws that we need to know and build from. Because those are really the well-founded, by the way, I'm going to have another channel. It's coming out shortly. But we're going to build on well-founded reasoning, or what I would call stones, gems. To be beautiful, you have to be made of beauty. To become wise, you need knowledge. You need to embody those spiritual laws, man. Do you see what I'm saying? Hey, listen, man, and that's the good word. You got to know the good word for you to be good out here, man. And this is where, you got to get your wisdom. That's why you have to feed your mind. You have to water your garden. That's where meditation comes in. Listen, man, you got to love you. You have to support you. You got to be the support that you need. Especially if you don't have it. Especially when you don't have it. And that's that God in you, man, that will give you standard too. And this is why you need God in your life. And going by those divine principles, it helps you, instead of just sucking anybody's dick, then now you're like, oh, okay, let me chill on that for a second. Your mouth may be bathing and shit. You may have a watery mouth because you're looking to suck dicks. But you're teaching yourself how to look for something a little bit more. And as you do that more, and then that's how you're empowering yourself. You're developing your inner strength. And your divinehood is being developed. You're developing your standard. But anyway, but all of that has to do with living in the presence too. I mean, you will benefit a lot more from living when you understand your past. Don't negate the past, negate the bullshit, but get the lesson. And generally speaking, just like I was saying, when you're trying to suppress it, you didn't learn the lesson. This is why you never seen like people who could like, you see, this is what I always say. You tell me how stupid you used to be, I'll tell you how smart you are. You see, people who's not open about how stupid they used to be, they still stupid. Trust me. Because anybody who's learned, we understand, hey man, I didn't see this, I didn't see that. Oh, I remember that day. You even making fun of your own self. Like I do all the motherfucking time. Trust and believe. You know, man? If you don't tell me how stupid you used to be, you're still stupid. Because only the people who are no longer stupid knew how stupid they used to be. And we're not saying blaming yourself here. This is not about adopting a victim mentality, but it's just you having a fair process of what was missing, and now you have it. You have improved on it, and you're like, oh man, I was missing this. And this is also when you really get to appreciate your experience too. Like for me, like I always tell people, taking accountability, that was my early stage. Not that I don't take accountability anymore, but it's like I go beyond that. Now I'm seeing why a lot of things had to happen. Bro, the universe is perfect, bro. Your world, you have everything you need that would allow you to grow. All your struggles, you have to admire your struggles, because that is your hidden gifts. That is your presence. That's the flip side of your, you know how they say your problems is also, it's also your solution, bro. How you were born, where you were born, the struggle you face, those are you got everything you ever needed. Trust me, man. But you got to start looking at this life thing from an architectural perspective, from a creative perspective. That's when, for me now, I understand everything it's in. I'm where I'm supposed to be, bro. I'm that smooth, man. Oh, I'm smooth like a motherfucker. I'm so on point, I'm never late. When I'm seeing how the synchronicity and everything that took place in my life, nigga, this is not a mistake, man. You know, this is not a fucking accident, man. I'm good looking on purpose. Nigga, I'm pretty and I know it. On purpose, nigga. And I'm not taking anything lesser from myself than beauty, nigga. So when you cultivate that, of course, I'm interacting with my fucking divinity, and I know how beautiful I am, nigga. So when you see me talking my shit, like, I know who I am, man. I know when I come up, when I roll up, man, I give blessings to everywhere I go, man. It's love everywhere I step my foot, and no matter where the fuck I go, nigga. We're gonna figure it out together, baby. You know what I'm saying? I'm on your side, bitch. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Relax. Come on, man. So that's why when we're talking about, you know, again, I mean, I got excited because we're talking about living in the present. And what I'm telling you is the idea is to be alive, period. And for you to fully be alive, man, you got to embrace all of that shit. The past, future, whatever the fuck. So I do understand, and again, I got to explain. I'm not gonna go back to that, but you understand, by what why you should suppress the past. But it's not the past that you should suppress. It's the bullshit. It's the pain, but not just the pain. You need to embrace the lesson. As you embrace the lesson, let it. He's gonna. That's what healing is. You'll be healed. The lesson in itself would do the adjustment. Just get your medicine, nigga. Just make sure you get your fucking medicine, which is that lesson. And as you get the lesson, and just let it heal you. Let it do what it does. Allow it to take, to do what it does, man. And that's the type of medicine I give you as a spiritual healer. That's the sight that I give you, to see reality from a different perspective, sort of like open up your eyes. That's what makes us seers. And then now for you to build on yourself. Or if you're coming back, you already know. I always got to salute you. Of course, you're coming back for the right reason. You know what I'm saying? And either way you come back, you're still going to get whatever the fuck you come here to get. That's guaranteed. If you're hoping something bad to happen to me, oh man, I feel bad for you. I feel real bad for you. But I'll say this to you: watch everything you ever wanted from me taking place in your life. I can guarantee you that. But anyway, going back to the idea of living in the present, man, is to fully be alive. And for you to fully be alive, you need to embrace lessons. You need to, become a little more connected with nature. It's so much that's taking place. It's truly the transformation, to be honest. That's what living in the present truly is. And not to take a shot at, the nigga that, at what is it, Eckhart Tolle. He talks about the power of now, but I do understand what he was talking about too. How remaining in the present, because ideally what he was trying to tell you, as you remain in the present, and when you're truly living life, you're always in the present time anyway. Do you see what I'm saying? But we also know what we mean when we talk about the past also, which is not necessarily like, a timeline, but we're referring to something that took place in the past, that has an impact on you. Because you need all of that shit. And if you were able to learn the lesson, that's how we develop our inner vision. And the more you develop your inner vision, the more connected you'll be in living in the present. Man, listen, I'm saying it to you in ways it's never been told before. To the pure is pure. We promote quality thinking. The ultimate, all the good stuff, man. But anyway, I'm gonna let you guys go. I think I just don't wanna, keep beating the dead horse here. I feel like you definitely got the point. So live in the presence, but most importantly, man, become the experience. Find a life in this life. I see.